Hello everyone, it's Harry here, and this is a topic I really didn't want to go into, but I felt like that I wanted to show off my opinions and thoughts on this. So, a couple of days ago, TalkTV, which is a news channel owned by News Corporation, recently had a little discussion about All Engines Go, and this was after the Times, or the Sun, don't know which one it was, but it was one of the News Corporation newspapers, made an article about All Engines Go being woke or something along those lines. But as I stated before, I don't go into this kind of world stuff because I hate politics and I'm neither right or left-leaning. But I guess TalkTV just wanted to shoehorn in politics to Thomas the Tank Engine. So, this little discussion or, quote, argument, even though it wasn't really an argument, it was just a bunch of adults arguing over a children's program, was from the show Talk Today, which is the morning program that TalkTV offer up. So it starts off with the two presenters, Nick Wallace and Rosie Wright. I'll be referring to everyone after I mention them the first time by their surnames to make it a little easier for me. So, they say that Britt Allcroft had stated that All Engines Go had tarnished the original Thomas the Tank Engine as losing its magic, and that there is only one Thomas. Now, the first issue with this is that Britt said all of that on her Facebook 3 years ago, and that was right when All Engines Go first premiered in the United States. So why is TalkTV all of a sudden wanting to go over this in 2024? Like, are they desperate for a scoop at this point? Like, there could be something very serious going on in the world at the moment, but no, they choose to talk about a kid's show and try and shoehorn in politics into it. Oh my gosh, already I'm only within the first few seconds of this interview, and yeah, I'm already ranting about it. So then after this, they show off several clips of Season 1. They don't show off anything else, just Season 1 from the same bunch of episodes, and the original Thomas theme plays in the background. So there's no footage of the Hit era episodes, no Ghislaine era episodes, no CGI episodes, no Big World, Big Adventures, nothing. Just Series 1 and that's it. It's like that they don't even know anything else about Thomas other than the original first series. It's just disappointing if you'd ask me. And then after that they show off the All Engines Go intro, but they actually show off the version that was made for the YouTube channel that has different voice actors. Because I think it had American voice actors, whilst the original series, which is co-produced in Canada by Nelvana, has Canadian voice actors. So it's different kinds of things. And I'm not referring to the UK dub here, because the UK dub is its own thing. But yeah. So after that, the presenters laugh a little bit, and then Wallace says that it was made to keep up with the competition, and he's referring to All Engines Go there. And he's kind of right on that, because All Engines Go is another attempt by Mattel to rival Paw Patrol's success, and the first one was Big World, Big Adventures, which failed and ended the original series, and that's why All Engines Go came to be. But once again, if this article was from 2021 and not 2024, it would have made a lot more sense. It also showcases that these presenters surely have never seen All Engines Go before, so it explains something. And to mention, All Engines Go's a reboot that has absolutely no connection to the original series, even though Mattel keep trying to say it's Series 25, 26, etc., even though it's not. And then he says, Thomas the Woke Train bring back the Fat Controller? Really? Seriously? You're engaging in shoehorning all these stupid politics stuff in every natural position? Really? Why are you discussing this about a kid's show? And plus, does TalkTV even know what the word woke even means? I absolutely hate that word. Because everyone keeps saying it even though they know nothing about what it actually means. Alright. And now, let's go over to the interviewers. The first interviewer they had was someone named Claire Molden. And she starts off yabbering on and on about all sorts of different things. Wallace asks her if she's read the original Railway series books. Molden says yes, and she says she has a son called Thomas who is now in his adult years. Wallace then calls the Railway series books, and I quote this, dull. That quote proves that Wallace has never even read the original books and is just making up stuff from what he's saying from the let-go. Well, Where could we be with the original TV series without the original Railway series books, eh? He even compares them both and refers to the TV series as being like a slasher pick by comparison. Once again, the Railway series is a book series. The pictures can't move. Get over it! Also, before I forget, they pretend that the hit era model series and the CGI era series never existed. They don't even mention them once here, as I've stated earlier on. So, Meldon continues to go on, and ironically, this is making me feel bored. She just drones on and on about things that have nothing to do with this argument. She even mentions Captain Pugwash for some reason. Ugh, gosh. And then Wallace briefly compares All Engines Go to Chuggington, which is a name you don't really hear in 2024. Well, back when All Engines Go was announced, there was a lot of comparisons, because back when Chuggington was introduced, it was like the anti-Thomas because it defied the laws of railway realism by having engines who can literally jump the rails, whilst Thomas was meant to be like the realistic series. So yeah, there's a point. And now they go over to the next interviewer, Otis Oakley. That kind of rhymes. So he jumps back and says that he disagrees with what the other interviewer says because his kids love All Engines Go. Very shallow reasoning, I see. And then he talks about how computing is important in this day and age. And once again, I'll bring up Paw Patrol in this case. Then it just goes into a pathetic excuse for a, quote, argument by Meldon and Oakley. Meldon says All Engines Go is woke, and Oakley disagrees, and they go on and on and on and on and on. So this side of the argument was mostly heavily one-sided to Meldon. She does most of the talking, whilst Oakley tries very hard to defend the show and says it isn't woke. Give me a break. And then Wallace then goes over the whole Fat Controller to Topham Hatt fiasco, which he asks Oakley about. Before I go over to this side, Fat Controller, going by his full name, was a change made by Britt Allcroft for when Thomas debuted in the United States in 1989 alongside other English language changes for terminology. Calling someone fat can be deemed more offensive in the United States, hence the change. Although, Sir Topham Hatt has always been his full name, ever since the Railway series. And the original TV series and the original UK dub, he was sometimes referred to as Sir Topham Hatt. So, yeah, it's not that kind of thing. And I also believe the reason why the UK dub of All Engines Go no longer calls the Fat Controller under that name and just Sir Topham Hatt is to keep it more faithful to the original script, which was produced in Canada, itself a part of North America, something I've just stated before. And within that position, Oakley says that he never noticed. I don't think anyone really noticed. So why is all of a sudden these stupid right-wing news channels going over this whole fiasco? It's just pointless. There's just no reason to argue about it. So this side of the argument's also very one-sided because Meldon barely gets into any talk about this topic, and Wright goes then more on about political doohickey, and Oakley says that these shows count as entertainment and that parents should teach their kids, not the TV show. Well, Oakley, how about you tell that to the Cocomelon crowd? Those kind of parents need some sense knocked into them. And you've already seen that when I did my rant on Cocomelon last year. Seriously, there's still parents who use Cocomelon as the babysitter and not do any of the actual parenting. But anyway, I'm going off topic. But then Wright says that they need to stop now, and that's the interview over. So, in all honesty, that interview was just horrendous and pointless and wasn't even needed. So yeah, this argument was just pathetic, and the fact that we have 4 grown adults, 2 TV presenters, and 2 interviews arguing over a children's show, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. And to end it off, please don't shoehorn politics into discussions about children's shows because it's pointless, and overall it just shows how leaning these networks can be at times. Once again, I know nothing about politics, nor I even like them, so take that, what I said, with a grain of salt. On the good side, at least this isn't the first time they brought up Thomas... Wait. What the f... Sorry, but I think I just let my dirty mouth get the better of me. I better go before I have another swear fest. See you later, everyone, and bye for now.